Welcome back to the Brave Podcast. My name is Angelo, aka Exploring with Angelo, here on YouTube. I have not made a podcast in quite some time. I think it's probably been about 3 months. Reason why is because I have been away for quite some time. I've been doing a lot of traveling. If you guys follow me on the main channel, Exploring with Angelo, as well as the vlog channel, then you will know that since approximately July, I think, something like that. I don't even really know anymore, but I think it was July. I have been steadily traveling. We went to Newfoundland was first. That was me and Mo. Then I came back. I think I was home for a wee bit of time. And then from there, I went to the west coast of Canada, went to British Columbia, had a blast. I was out there for well over a month, like Alberta, a lot of different areas of British Columbia. And it was amazing. It was one of the coolest trips I have ever done. Canada is one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I am honored to sort of live here, other than our other issues that we have in Canada, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll probably get into those much later, probably in a different episode. In this one, I'm going to be kind of updating you guys because so much has happened. There have been so many things that have happened while I've been gone. Actually, after that trip to British Columbia, I ended up going for like, I think 3 weeks to Vegas and Arizona, Missouri. Where else did I go? Colorado. And then I came back. And then shortly after that, I went to British Columbia again for another like 3 weeks. And now I'm back for a while, at least. Going to be filming mostly stuff locally. Trying to find some new places. So if you guys know anything kind of like in the greater Toronto area, help me out. Tell me what you want me to do. We've been doing a lot of the camping stuff, a lot of wildernessy, outdoorsy type of stuff. Me and Frank are planning a winter wilderness sort of thing, if you will, where we're essentially going to freeze our butts off, put our butts on the line for one, and survive out in the frigid, cold temperatures of northern Canada. So it's going to be interesting. Then January, I am hoping that I will be going to another country. Well, sort of planning, because I kind of want to do, I know I've spoken about this many times and I've kind of done it, kind of dipped my toes in there a little bit with the extreme travel. Different places that a lot of different people want to go. Maybe they can't go for one reason or another. Maybe it's risky, dangerous. I really want to do that type of content. I've always been very intrigued by it. My good friend Christmas Lists, he does tons of that stuff. He's currently, I think, in Nigeria. I think he just came back from Haiti. Well, I think he was probably in Haiti and then he went to Nigeria. I don't know. I just got a notification literally moments ago of him doing his next trip, which I guess is Nigeria, which is cool. But yeah, I would be very intrigued to do stuff like that. I had a crazy adventure earlier in the year where I went to, I believe it was 6 different countries in about a month and a half. So we did Japan, we did Taiwan, Bali, Indonesia, we did Thailand was the last place, Singapore, and Malaysia for like half a day or whatever. I spent some time there with Steve Ronan as well, and we had a blast. It was very interesting. I learned a lot about different cultures, met a lot of really cool people, got to go to some very epic places, epic adventures and investigations at some haunted places, and so on and so forth. I would love to do Asia again. I just don't know when that's going to happen. I'm thinking I might do Japan in the upcoming year, maybe like April or something like that. I like doing it during cherry blossom season. It's beautiful. It's just too busy, too many tourists. So I kind of want to avoid that. And I also want to go when it's warmer. I would actually like to experience summer in Japan. So maybe I'll even go in the summer. I don't know yet. I have no idea what my plans are. But I do know I'm probably going to be going to some crazy place in South America or something like that. I actually forgot to see where this was recording at. Oh, and now it's frozen. Shit. Hang on one second here. Recording in some random spot, but I'll fix that later on. Sorry about that, guys. It's something with the OBS system. Hopefully everything's recording fine. I have not used the studio in so long that I don't even know how to use the studio anymore. Wow, I'm literally like losing my mind. And the reason why I'm turning over there is because there's a TV. So anyways, other than that, I had a weird day today. So first thing was earlier today, I went to Osmo. So number one, we have new merch. You probably can't see it properly because the microphone is in the way. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, make maple syrup great again. So reason why I did that is number one, it's funny. Number two, it's like the most Canadian thing ever because maple syrup is a very Canadian thing. I know like in certain areas of the US, you guys have a lot of great maple syrup as well, like upstate New York, Vermont, places like that, whatever. But yeah, we're like when people think of Canada, they think of maple syrup. The other reason I did it was it's kind of a troll in the way. So I am relatively political. And obviously with, the MAGA movement down in the States, Make America Great Again, they started calling here in Canada, the liberals started calling basically anybody who was conservative, moderate, whatever, anybody who essentially opposes them became Maple MAGA. And when I first started hearing that, I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Because for some reason, they're just kind of trying to claim that somehow anybody who opposes, the far left is somehow far right. So be it. It kind of goes obviously both ways. But the first thing is that we're not American. We're Canadian. Canadians are not American. We almost became American during the the War of 1812, but that didn't happen. So we are Canadian. We are not this Maple MAGA thing. Anyways, so to me, it was kind of like a troll, right? It's a spin on the whole Make America Great Again sort of thing, but it's the Canadian version. And who doesn't like good quality maple syrup? I'm tired of this refined, sugary, fake bullshit maple syrup. We want good maple syrup, so we gotta make maple syrup great again here in Canada. That's just, I don't know. I thought it was funny, but if you guys want to get yourself a shirt, feel free. You could get it from my merch shop at Exploring with Angelo on Teespring. I'll put the link down in the description below so you can find it there. If you want it, if you don't, that's cool too. If you think it might be too political for you, then by all means. A lot of you guys, I understand you're not very political people, and that's totally fine. The political conversations that will happen here on this channel, you can skip them if you want. It's up to you. That's fine with me. It does not bother me at all. But for the future on this channel, honestly, I'm just going to keep talking about whatever intrigues me. That's a large pool of different topics. It could be politics, haunted related stuff, other things that are happening in the world that are just that I'm very curious of, other conversations that I end up having with other guests on the show, which will happen as well. We were supposed to have one this week. My buddy Dustin Wade, who owns the Wade Manor here in Ontario, he was so excited to come this Friday, and unfortunately he has fallen ill, so he will not be here this week, but we will reschedule and get him on the show as soon as possible, because he's a very, very interesting person. He's got one of the coolest haunted houses I've ever been to. He's very into history, artifacts, kind of like myself. But yeah, that is pretty much the gist of that. So basically what ended up happening earlier today, this was really funny. So this is how like politically charged things have gotten, just kind of here and in the United States, and it's kind of funny. So I was wearing my hoodie, which is right here. So we got the Make Maple Syrup Great Again hoodie. So I was wearing this earlier, and I went to Osmos, which is a shawarma restaurant. If you've never had shawarma, try it. Maybe not from Osmos because it's not impressive, but I was really hungry and I wanted just salad with chicken. So I went to Osmos. So as I'm walking in, this lady and another lady were both sitting at a table, and I'm walking in, whatever, minding my own business. This chick gave me the dirtiest look I have ever seen in my entire life. There was actually two different incidences today. One related to my shirt. I think because she just didn't bother to read what it actually said, and then she would have been like, oh, okay, it's not actually a Make America Great Again shirt. I just thought it was like hilarious. She just gave me like this stare down, the evil eye like I've never seen before, and I'm just like, whoa, lady, do you not know how to speak English? Anyways, that was incident number one. The second one today, which happened on the way over here, I'm just driving down this road, Sandalwood, if you know Brampton at all. I'm just driving down Sandalwood, and I'm in the left lane, and it's not a fast road. The speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour, which is like, I don't know, 35, 40 miles, something like that. So anyway, this car I could see behind me is high beam, like flicking their high beams, right? So there's a car beside me. There's a car in front of me going slow, so I can't really like do anything. This guy's doing the high beam thing, and I'm just like, what do you want? Like, there's literally a car in front of me. Like, I can't do anything, right? Anyway, I just kind of ignored him. So he goes into the right lane, and I'm like slowing down. I rolled down my window, and I'm like, what's your problem? And he's like yelling and screaming, and then he's saying something about, it sounded to me like he was saying something about the back of my car. I heard hanging and back of car at some point. And he's just like, is giving me the finger, and I'm like, huh? What is this guy's problem? Like, I don't understand. So either he was mad that I couldn't somehow pass the car in front of me because that guy was going really slow. So he was, for some reason, taking it out on me. Or the other thing that I think might be possible is because I have a sticker on the back of my car, and it's the Gadsden flag, the Revolutionary American flag from 1775, so what I think, so we have this thing going down in Brampton. I'm going to talk more about this probably on another episode. This is kind of just like a little bit of an update episode. So what I think, he may have been mad thinking that I was a supporter of the Khalistan movement. A lot of you guys might not know what that is, but there's this area or group of people in Punjab, India, that want to separate from India and create their own state known as Khalistan. I believe they are the Sikhs. It's like this whole group of people. I don't think it's all of them, but I believe it's like this group of people. Some of them apparently are like involved in terrorism or have committed terrorist acts, and there's this whole crazy thing going on, and it is affecting us now in Brampton. So because the logo, I don't know if you guys have ever seen I'll show it to you, I'll bring it up, but the Gadsden logo it has like the yellow rattlesnake, and I think for some reason that he thought that somehow was connected to, or the guy was just an asshole. I don't know what happened. It was just very strange. I'm just like, what is this dude's problem? And then he like flew by. Excuse me, I'm like losing my voice today. But yeah, he like flew by really, really fast. I eventually caught up to him again, and I rolled my other window down. And I'm like, dude, what is your problem? I couldn't understand a word you were saying. And he's saying, buddy, blah, 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 blah. And he's like still flipping me the bird. And I'm just like, what is this guy's fucking problem? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the dude's issue was. I think he was just out of his mind for some reason. It was crazy. So another thing I wanted to talk about is because we have not uploaded on this channel in quite some time. I don't even remember the last thing I did on this channel. Not that it really matters, but there are actually episodes that I have recorded from like probably just after my Asia trip, I think. There are a couple of the ones that I still have not uploaded. Reason why is because I have to go through them so I know how to title them and thumbnail. I know one of them had an issue with copyright because there was like some music in this one thing that we were watching. And then I think a couple of them are me and Moshi, who, congratulations to Moshi. He just had his second child, which is amazing. And so he's going to be home for a little while. He will not be on the show until he's, up and ready. And I'm kind of just I guess we're kind of reviving the show just because I haven't done anything here in such a long period of time because I've been away and super busy. But yeah, we still have a couple of old episodes, and I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that so you're not super confused because of the order is now going to be all a little bit mixed up for the next little while. But yeah, that is what happened. So about my upcoming travels as well. So like I said, we're going to be doing local stuff because, we got Christmas coming up, then we got the New Year. And then basically my plan is to at least do a week and a half in another country. It is going to be... So I guess I'll just give it away. So what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to go to Cuba. And I don't want to get too much, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to prevent that from being able to happen. But Cuba is very different. Now, as a Canadian, we are able to go there because we have good relations with Cuba still. As an American, most of you cannot. And I'm going to assume that most Americans have never seen what Cuba is really like. It is a very beautiful country. The people are incredible. But there's a lot of other stuff going on that I want to document, and I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to, like I said, create a problem for myself, preventing me from actually going there. So when I get there, we'll document it. I'm thinking it'll probably be like the last 2 weeks of January or something like that. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what the timeline that works out to. Another thing, I just watched an incredibly well-made movie. Let me have a sip of my beer. It's ice cold. It's been sitting there for like the last 22 minutes or something. But yeah, so A Line in the Sand. It is a movie by journalist James O'Keefe. If you're familiar with what was formerly known as the Veritas Project, he was an undercover reporter, and he's documented quite a lot of very, very explosive pieces, if you will, when he was with Veritas. Now he has his own another organization that he split off from because he got like kicked out of Veritas, and then they ended up like going bankrupt anyways, which was hilarious because it's like, if you kick out the main host of the show who literally keeps the show going, it's probably not going to work out very well. It would be kind of like my channel. If you had no Angelo, there would be no Exploring with Angelo. It would just be Exploring with. So, but yeah, anyway, so James O'Keefe, he moved on from there, started up O'Keefe Media Group, and oh my God is the acronym, which is hilarious. So he created this documentary. It is available on Tucker Carlson's network. I'm just telling you where to get it. We are not sponsored by Tucker Carlson or James O'Keefe. I just thought it was one of the most amazing things that I have seen in quite some time, in the worst way possible is what I mean by amazing. So basically what the documentary is about mainly trafficking illegal aliens coming across the American border, etc., etc. It's always been kind of like a fascinating thing, and the way he puts it into perspective is incredible because he did it all on the ground. And what I mean by that is that he literally flew into Mexico, him and his friend, and boarded the train that the migrants come up on. It is known as the Beast, I believe. And they come from like southern to central Mexico all the way up to the American border, typically El Paso, Texas. And then from there, they're able to cross. It shows kind of like the engagements that they have with the cartel, how dangerous it is, not only for the people who have to work to protect the border, the journalists themselves, and then also the people being trafficked as well. A lot of them being children, several of them being unaccompanied minors. And it's quite sad. There's this one scene of a little girl by herself, and they're like, "Oh, where are your parents?" And she's like, "My dad's in heaven." It was just so sad. Like the stuff that you see, it's a tearjerker. It's kind of like the realest version of Sound of Freedom that you will ever see. And it also shows a lot of the government organizations, how they're operating, how a lot of companies are taking advantage and making millions upon millions of dollars out of the entire situation of trafficked children, the abuse that's happening to them. And it's a movie that you just have to see. It's kind of like We know what happens with the Titanic, but you still got to see Titanic to really, put it into perspective for you. So go and watch A Line in the Sand if you have a chance. You can register for Tucker Carlson's network website or whatever if you want to. It's totally up to you. But yeah, that is pretty much where we're at. So many things have happened. Trump won the election. The left is absolutely melting down. And it's, I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy because it was kind of close, but not that close. And I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think a lot of people just really want change. So, but we're not going to go into like crazy depth. That's just kind of like what's happening lately in my life. So I wanted to update you guys so that way you know that the podcast is still going. Like I said, I just haven't had a chance to really do anything here. Let me show you the other merch too, in case you haven't seen it, because I don't know what my plans are to push everything out here, but I think I'm going to do a live stream probably on the vlog channel tomorrow. But here is the I don't know if you can see it, Christmas version of the Brave merch. It's my merch line, but it's the Christmas version. It's the rattlesnake with the little Santa hat and little Christmas lights around Brave, so you can have a very brave and Merry Christmas at the same time. Yeah, so that'll be out, if not already, soon, like within a day or two, pretty much. So I'm really excited because we're launching 2 merch lines. And also what I'm going to do with this shirt is there's going to be a second version of it. I didn't have it printed yet for myself, but if you guys want it, feel free to get it. Basically what it's going to be is the same thing that you're seeing right now, Make Maple Syrup Great Again, with the little maple syrup bottle just below it. And I don't know, I thought it was funny, and everybody that I've shown it to so far is like really excited either to get one for themselves, because it's like the most Canadian thing. It's funny. It's a play on MAGA, and all that. It's fantastic. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I got to figure out where the hell this file just saved itself to, so that way I could fix it and edit it and then upload it for you guys tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for checking out the Brave podcast. If you're new, subscribe, smash the like button, etc., etc. And we will see you in the next episode. We got a lot planned for the next little while. You're probably going to see a lot of episodes, just me kind of going over things, and looking at exploring different topics and ideas. But yeah, we're going to have some fun here.